Chase Lee Hockey here at the Blue Futon. Out of the Disney Plus world, I finally watched Pinocchio. I did watch the 1940s version, and now it's time for the 2022. How do they hold up together? So Pinocchio, what's it about? It's a very simple premise. We have a boy who's wooden, and the father created a puppet and wants the boy to be real by wishing to the blue star, and a blue fairy comes. And now Pinocchio goes through some shenanigans, a Pleasure Island, gotta figure out Jiminy Cricket, go to the puppet show, and figure out what he has to do to become a real boy. So did I like this 2022 version? It's fine, but it's not the same at all. When I watched the 1940s version, I did 1940 version, then right to the 2022 version. There are some massive differences and just stuff that just doesn't hold up. Am I mad at the movie? No, there's enough similarities to actually say, okay, I like what they did. But the overall package of adding new stuff, adding new songs, changing some of the songs, just didn't feel right with me. So anyway, I will give you the positives of the movie first. I think Tom Hanks does a good job, and I do think the movie is vibrant and colorful. It's going to be good for kids to watch because, you know what? Like I said, it's colorful, it's easy to follow, easy to watch, and good enough songs, and good enough similarities from the 1940s version to the 2022. Like Honest John, as well as the puppet show, as well as getting stuck in the cage. Even though some stuff does change and they do some liberties of like when you're in the cage, instead of the blue fairy coming to say, okay, Pinocchio, we'll give you one more chance, he just keeps growing a nose to get the key. So they do some differences like that, which I'm like okay with, but it just didn't sit right with me. So like I said, Robert Zemeckis does a good job directing any of his movies. Tom Hanks did a fine job. The colorfulness of the movie works. The rest just doesn't. So let's continue on. We have the voice acting. I don't know what Joseph Gordon-Levitt was doing, but I swear to God, I was hearing Michael J. Fox. I could have sworn Michael J. Fox was doing the voice of the cricket in some of the scenes. I was like, wait a minute. Who's actually doing this? Because I'm hearing some Back to the Future vibes in the voice acting. And with the voice acting as well as the songs and who is singing the songs now, it just doesn't feel right. I know that sounds really weird, but when I watched the 1940 version and the 2022 version, the voice acting does not hold up on any level. The people singing the songs does not hold up on any level, especially When You Wish Upon a Star. It didn't hit me at all any way whatsoever. Like the original one, it hits you. The Disney Castle, it's just it just hits the soul. But this one, it was soulless. It just didn't fit right with me. Also, some liberties of like in Pleasantland. Sorry, there's these weird monsters in it now. With the guy that's like bringing the donkeys together, I don't know what those ghastly monsters were trying to be. That was like, whoa, what are we actually trying to do here? As well as some liberties in the front of going to school. How do they get in situations? And the blue fairy literally only being the first 15 minutes of the movie. That did not sit well with me at all. So overall, Pinocchio 2022. The heart, I think, is in the right place. Robert Zemeckis tried to do the right thing. He did not write this movie. I'm blaming a lot of this on the writing. Because the writers try to put new songs into it. Change the songs. Change the scenarios. Make this movie 20 minutes longer. Adding new characters, especially there's this random girl who wants to be a ballet dancer but has like a broken leg. No need to be in that movie. No need to add that new character. There are just some things where you're just like, what are you doing? Also, how Pinocchio gets picked up. What happened to Honest John? That scenario of Honest John talking to the coachman was a lot just scarier in the original one, and you felt it. This one, they take you away from it, and they add a song about being a party pooper. It's like, no, you're not doing the film justice. And even though I said some of the CGI works, some things, some of it does not. So I'm going to say overall again, it's a fine movie. I was disappointed with it. It's not an atrocious as some people are saying, but I just don't think the heart was in the right place. I think Robert Zemeckis did the best he could with the script, but the script of trying to change it did more harm. However, the cuckoo clocks were actually pretty fun. So Pinocchio will receive a 2 out of 5 with Futons, which equals at 40%. So the critics and news scores gave this one. So critics a 27%, the audience score 32%. 159 critics, over 1,000 audience. Here's critic consensus. Visually dazzling but soulless, the largely inert Pinocchio reaffirms that you should always let your conscience be your guide away from unnecessary remakes. Yeah, I don't know what Disney's doing with like these weird cartoons. Like even Lightyear is kind of a remake or a continuation. Strange Worlds look interesting enough, but I'm afraid there's an agenda in it. Then you have all these live action ones coming out. Lady and the Tramp, this, Aladdin. I think Hunchback's coming out soon. Hercules is coming out soon. It's like, leave the cartoons alone. So 27, was it 32? 40. Chase Luck with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One more thing is Booftopia. You Booftonians, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Yeah, the ending song, When You Wish Upon a Star. I was expecting my heart to flutter. It was flat. It was soulless. That song shouldn't be soulless.